Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
Let's jump on the charts real quick so I can let you see what I'm in. So I'm currently down 8 pips, 11 pips. This GN trade started, was just up 5 pips about 10 minutes ago. I got into this trade based on strategy number 3. As you can see here, the Asia channel. Is here. All right. You can see, first of all, we are in an uptrend, more green zones than red zones. All right. We're in an uptrend. The Asia channel I have marked here. And you can see from Asia channel standpoint, currently Asia channel is 30 pips, only 30 pips. So when it broke the top, I got in right here on this candle right here. Closed above it. I got in. We were up about 5 pips. And I felt good. 20 pips is right here. I was probably going to TP somewhere closer to about 18, 17 pips. Because sometimes it doesn't go all the way to the zone. Currently got some retrace right now. I can see why. I'm a little upset because everything was trending up. But I'm not too worried about it. Typically, we have a little fake out going into London session. But as you can see, previously everything was trending up. You can see here, GJ was trending up. GU was trending up. GOD was trending up. I already got my line there. So when it breaks the top of that, we're ready to get in. GN was trending up. GCAD was trending up. And G-Chef was just sitting in the zone. So I feel pretty good about that. I still feel pretty good about it. I'm staying in that trade. Looking for probably 15 to 20 pips somewhere in this range here. I'm looking to get out. SPX, shout out to anybody that caught that bag entry. I had a zone here, so I didn't take it. GER 30, not looking too good right now. BTC, in a downtrend, at least on a 5-minute. Same thing, Ethereum, so I'm not really touching those. So kind of quiet. Let's pull up those euros real quick. Pull up those euros. Don't even ask about Euro USD, guys. We do not trade Euro USD on this call no more. We are 0-2 on this call with Euro USD. I can't trade Euro USD on this call no more. Can't do it. But I will look at the other euros. Euro GBP, we're in a downtrend. All right. That looks kind of ugly right now. Euro Aud. Euro Aud, we are in a downtrend. All right. Euro JPY looks about the same. Euros took a bath on Friday, or I'm sorry, yesterday. Took a bath yesterday. Last night, London session going into New York yesterday. Huge drop. Euro USD, I'm sorry, Euro JPY is an uptrend. All right, so we'll see what we can make shake there. And Euro NZD. Euro NZD currently in a downtrend right now. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, we'll see what happens. Something's missing. Man, I don't know why. I need to add it back on the chart. Keep forgetting it. Gold. I knew I was missing something. Gold is currently in a uptrend. Currently in an uptrend. All right. All right. Let's check the Q&A. It just blew up. What's going on? Someone asked me, do I have a currency strength monitor that website that I prefer. I do not utilize currency strength meters, so not personally. I've done well without them. I'm big on reading candlestick formations, price action, and of course the AIRO software. Someone wants to look at CAD JPY. All right, guys, let's take a look at it. So, guys, hey, some pairs are not meant to be traded during a session. CAD JPY is one of those. CAD and JPY are both pairs that you trade during Asia session, not during London session. All right. So I put out the AIRO strategy, all 10 strategies. And I put out the PDF. And on the PDF has what time or what sessions you should be looking to trade certain pairs in. So CAD JPY is an uptrend. Not really nothing going on really. You see it a little ranging. Not really much going on. So not really sure what I'm looking at. I'll look at the 15 minutes. We'll look at on the H1, nothing really going on. Minute 5, it's in a zone. So I'm not looking at doing anything with CAD JPY at the moment. Not looking to do anything with CAD JPY. But one thing I will say, let's go take a look here, guys. I want to take some trades. So last week I showed you guys the fractal high system, and now I actually want to start taking some trades with it. So we get some fractal highs or fractal lows. I'll be looking to take some trades with that. All right. We can find us some fractal lows, fractal highs. We'll take the trade, then I'll kind of walk you guys through what I see. We'll go through a couple of them as well. I've already saw some, so we can go through some just to show you guys what they look like. I haven't made it an official strategy yet. I'm still going over some of the rules that I want to apply, but I believe it's going to be a strategy we end up making number 11. So someone asked me about GBP NZD and if I would have took the trade. I'm in the trade, so yes, I would have took that trade for GBP NZD strat number 3. Are we just starting the second hour of Money Zone? 15 minutes ago, so yes. So let's go over that, guys. Let's go over that. Let's go over a couple of things real quick. Number one, so I released version 4 of the software, not the actual dashboard. Version 4 of the software, which is supposed to be optimized to help out with eliminating the lag, eliminating the freezing, as well as helping out with the overall just speed of the actual software itself, AIRO. All right. So everyone needs to, on your charts, first you need to, I would say, delete everything off your charts, reboot your software. You can reboot it in 2 locations. I recommend rebooting in both locations, once through the website and another time inside your actual VPS itself. We have a GCAD sale. Let's go take a look at that. GCAD sale. We are in a downtrend. That is a bag entry, but we're less than 10 pips away from the next zone, so it doesn't qualify. If the zone wasn't here, I'd be in this trade. 200 is above price, so price and the AIRO is below the AIRO moving average and the 200, and we're in a downtrend. So if the zone wasn't there, I'd be taking it, but because it is there, I'm not going to take that trade. Now, what I was saying was, you want to delete all your charts, and then you'll have here, if you hit the navigator button, which is the gold folder with the gold star, you'll have AIRO V4 over here. You want to place that onto your charts and utilize that. All right, AIRO V4 is the new software, so it's the new AIRO. Again, I'll put out a whole video when the actual dashboard, and the dashboard, for those who don't know, this is the dashboard, the scanner, whatever you guys want to call it. When this comes out, I'll make a whole video in the back office. It'll be in the back office that will walk you through how to set it up, and how do you, what everything stands for. So we'll kind of go through it real quick. You have, it's an EA. So this is a auto trader that manages, drink of the day is Dr. Pepper, but it's an EA that manages the arrows for the software. So every time you get an arrow, it will notify you. So for example, you see here, these are the symbols that I'm watching right here. All right. This tells me the spread for all those. This tells me the daily open, the weekly open. So for the day, they're green, which means they're above where they opened at. So GJ is 20 pips above where it opened at for the new day. For the week, it's still down 17 pips for the week, all right, from where it opened at. You can see the ADR, it tells you for GJ, 38, prices moved 38 of the 90 pips for GJ, all right? And then you got the time frames, all right? You got the time frames here. Each time frame, M5, M15, H1, H4, those are the four that I select. I can select all of them if I want to, but you can see here that these are lit up red. Sometimes they'll be lit up green. If they're lit up red, that means that you have an arrow, a down arrow on that time frame for that currency pair. If it's green, means you have an up arrow for that time frame on that currency pair. So Ethereum, down arrow H1. We select that. There it is. This is the Ethereum H1 chart, and there's a down arrow right there. All right, that's how that works. So it will manage it for you. So literally, if you can close all your charts and just leave this one chart open with this scanner on here, and it will send you notifications, helping to speed up your VPS as well. But just being able to help you manage without having to have 50 charts open. You only need one chart open, and then you just change the settings to have what pairs you want and what time frames you want, and it will notify you when the arrow pops up. All you gotta do is log in, click on the color box, and boom, boom, boom. So for those who just like to see H1 trades, hey, you can just see H1 trades, and so forth and so on. All right. Let's go back with that GN trade. GN -9. We'll head back up. I like it. I like it. I need that. Need that. So I go answer some more questions here. Hey, Calvin's on the call. Everybody shout out Calvin. CTG. Calvin the GOAT is on the call. So you guys know what that means. It means we catching some pips tonight. So questions about the, I forgot, sorry about that. I didn't answer the question about the money zone. So for the money zone started at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time, which was 1 hour, 19 minutes ago. So we are 5 candles deep. So if you count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, that was the start of the money zone. So 5 candles ago, for me and my broker, would have been 0800. All right, 0800. All right, so all is good right now. All is good in the neighborhood. -8 on this trade. Head on back up, baby. Head on back up. I want to double dip, but I'm not gonna double dip on this one. I'm not. Let me take a look. GJ heading back up. GU headed back up. Ooh, GA headed back up. GN headed back up. GCAD headed back up. G Chef headed back up, dog. Maybe we will double dip on this trade. Nah, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. All right. Is there a way for the AIRO software to factor in the Fibonacci? So strategy number 8 utilizes the Fibonacci, but then also the zones. If you ever apply Fibonacci, you'll see that the Fibonacci lines up with the zones, the support and resistance zones. So we got you covered. Got you covered. Somebody said they double dip with half of what they went in with on the first position. Yeah, man, I'm tempted to do so myself. I'm tempted to do the same thing. -6. Yeah, I'm double dipping now. You double dip, I'm gonna double dip with you. Let's rock. Let's rock and roll with it. Let's roll with it. Let's roll with it. Get this little push and we'll be good. And when I double dip, now I'm going to drop my take profit because now I got 2 positions. So let me share my screen real quick. I got greedy. I'm getting greedy, guys. But no, I feel good about this, guy. So the reason why I double dipped, got a better entry on the way down, but I double dipped mainly because the correlations. So like I was saying, GJ is headed back up. GU headed up. GI headed up, looking for that breakout. I'm hoping that we can, when we finally get in profit on GN, we'll be looking to get into the GI trade. GCAD headed back up. So you can see everything is headed back up. All right, just a little pullback. So that's why I double dip. We'll see. I took that risk. When you double dip, you take the risk of what? Of losing twice what you put in. So you got to make sure you manage proper risk management. I have a larger account, so I'm only putting on 0.25, nothing crazy. Just $1,000 account, as you guys can see here. $1,000 on this account. It is live. All right. So taking live trades here. So I'm probably gonna send you guys out another My Facebook link. For some reason, when the original link I had, when I think it was not last weekend, but the weekend before, both, or pretty much MT4 itself, they had a maintenance, and when they had maintenance, it forced almost every other broker to have a maintenance, during that same time frame. And when everybody came back online, my Facebook was having issues letting people's accounts get set back up. So it kicked my account off, it deactivated it. No one could access it, so I deleted it, and I'll make another one to send out for you guys to follow along. All right, but you guys will be able to follow along with me on this call as well. Secondly, I also funded I started my FTMO account. So I just paid today for is EN a Strat 9, by the way, prices crossing the MAs, could be a sale. EN Strategy 9. So I paid for my $100,000 challenge for FTMO. So I will start that tomorrow. We'll be starting that tomorrow. So the question was asking about, so right now, strategy 9 for EURNZD. So first of all, we'll need price to come back below both the 200 and the AIRO moving average. And then let's see if we can identify the MAAW. So for me, I wouldn't be looking to put it in. Here's why I wouldn't be looking to put it in. For me, and again, it's to the eye, I can see for me, and this is just me here, but I can see my M here. All right. Then I have my lovely A here. Then I have another beautiful A right here that dropped hard last week, yesterday for everybody. All right. And then I have what? Right into my W. All right. This is what I see here. Also, this MAAW formation happened over the span. You see the W finished right here. This is 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. So the 4 days ago, the M started. All right. And you got the A, and the W. So it's been a nice push down, for EURNZD. So even if this comes back down here and close below the moving average, I wouldn't be looking to get into a sale on strategy 9 because for me, I see that the market maker cycle is over. So I'm waiting for what? I'm waiting for a new M off of resistance to form to start a new push down, or we're just gonna get this retrace back up. All right, or he's going to retrace back up. All right, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I wouldn't be looking to enter into this trade. That's just me though. But I'm glad I double dipped so far on this GN trade. Start to head back. Gonna get up there, get some profit. GI, come on, let's break through that zone. Let's get these people some money. They need to get in this trade. All right, let's jump back into the chat. Let's see here. For the FTMO, you have to pass the 50K in order to take the challenge for 100K. No, so the 50K for FTMO is just a free trial, which you can take over and over again. So they start you out with 50,000. You can pay for whatever trial they give you. I believe they have a 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, 100,000, and 200. And now they have a 200,000 trial or a challenge you can pay for. I paid for the 100K. Give me a 100K account, and then when I start getting withdrawals, I'll start using withdrawals to pay for the next. Somebody's an GJ buy. All right, let's take a look at it. After I do that, then I'll take the profits from my withdrawal to do what? To actually pay for another $100,000 challenge. My goal is to have a total of GJ buy, huh? It's not a bad buy. If the zone wasn't here, that would have been a great strategy 9 trade. Came down here, touched 200, came back above. Here's a W right here. We got the first V here. That'd be a good buy, if this zone wasn't here. But I'm not touching it. It's a zone right there. But yeah, good luck to you on that trade. Good luck to you on that trade. But yeah, so for me, I'm gonna be looking to take that profit from the first withdrawal on my 100K account, or my profit split. Because the cool thing about FTMO is they let you trade their money. So if I pass this challenge, I will have access to a $100,000 account. And then whatever I make per month, I will be able to keep 70% of it. So my goal is 10%. You guys know me. I'm not too greedy. Don't need to, because the goal is 10% of 100 grand is 10 grand, which means I get to keep 7. But the cool thing is I'm gonna use part of that 7 grand to pay for another challenge, and then the next one another challenge, and the next one another challenge, until I get 4 $100,000 accounts, combine them together, and then I have one massive $400,000 account that I would trade on. And 10% of 400,000 is 40 grand. 70% of that is 28,000. All right. So then we'll be doing some numbers. All right. Answer a couple questions we got. In the future, will I make videos for indices and maybe crypto? No, I won't. The reason why I won't make videos on those is because the software is for beginners. Beginners love to skip over the basics, and they love to go straight to the currency pair. I mean, not the currency pair, the cryptos and indices, because they can make more pips, and they see people making a lot more money faster. They're more volatile. They don't practice proper risk management. So that will be something that you will have to learn through getting on these live sessions and seeing us trade it, but then also understanding the basics. You have to be able to walk before you run. So I probably won't make any videos, but who knows? But and the reason why I probably won't, every day new people are signing up and using AIRO. So just because the original guys are here and they are doing well with it, doesn't mean that isn't other new people jumping on. And since we're starting to really pick up some steam, we've doubled in the last 3 weeks, and we're picking up a lot of steam now, and people are starting to use a lot of software. I also want to make sure everyone that switched over to version 4, if you switched over to version 4, hey, drop V4 in the chat. If you have switched over to version 4, drop V4 in the chat. I want to make sure that you guys are as well, especially during New York session. Let me know. Is it still freezing? Are you still getting lag? Whatever the case may be, let me know if you're still having issues, so that we can look to make those different, those adjustments. All right. So far, it's smooth. So far, it's smooth. So New York session will be the test for sure. GCAD, we have a buy. So we just had a sell in GCAD. Now we got a buy. All right. All right. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about my GN trade. Remember, GN is that one dark horse that will not follow the rest of the G pairs. Some of the G pairs, the pound pairs, will be dropping into the floor, and GN will be heading to the ceiling. I mean, it's just GN does what it want to do. That's GN. So look like we doing pretty well right now. Up 1 pip in that double dip entry, and only down 2 pips on the original one. So we'll see how it turns out. GI trying to push to the zone. We get a break above that blue line. We go into the upper room. That's gonna be a nice little buy entry right there. GU might be doing the same thing. Let's go take a look at GU real quick. GU 25 pip Agent channel to break the zone would be 32 pips. So we'll be less than 50. And then from here to the next zone is 30. What trend are we in? We're in a downtrend. All right. I'm gonna touch that one then.
I saw it, but I didn't trust it.
You said what now?
I saw it, but I didn't trust it because we're downtrend.
Yeah. I don't like it either. SPX, G30, Bitcoin, broke that zone. Ethereum, just chilling there. Euro GBP, these euros, man, they just chilling out. They had that big drop yesterday. If using those euro trades, you made out very well yesterday. Shout out to anybody that was in those trades. And look at gold trying to make that move up. Okay, gold. Okay, gold. All right. So I'm gonna get out of this here. Let's get back to the Q&A. Blowing the Q&A up. Is there a way to move the AIRO pip counter to the right? No, there's a way I can move it. I had it there in the beginning, and everyone's screen was different. Some people had it in the middle of the chart. Some people had it in the right location like I did. Some people had it in between. So there's too many issues with the way people's screens were set up. And then again, maybe I was doing something wrong on coding side. So I'll look to potentially try to put it back on the right side. Right now, I want to make sure that you guys get the best VPS user experience. So once that is taken care of, then I'll look at potentially moving that pip counter again for you guys. Euro GBP. None of the euros, guys. Euros is not looking good. Euro is not looking good. Plus 6 pips on GN. Looking Gucci. I move my TP right here. About 15 pips on one and 12 pips on the other. So get that TP and we'll knock it out. Euro GBP, someone said. Euro GBP is in it's in a downtrend, so ain't looking ready to do nothing with this bad boy. It's just deader than a doorknob, just sitting there like you guys remember that meme where the little guy's pushing the little something with a stick, talking about move and do something? That's exactly what we telling the euros to do, because they had that huge move. And I'll tell you one thing about the market makers. Most market makers are managing more than one different currency pair. Therefore, if they're done with one currency pair, like moving it, making big money with it, they'll move and go work another one, which means they'll allow one currency pair to just range for a while. So you see this one here has been ranging for almost a full day, almost a full 24 hours. It's been ranging in this little area right here. That means this market maker is doing what? They're not working it. They made all the money they need to. They faked everybody up here. Look at those wicks to the top. Faked everybody out and said, see ya. Took all their money, dropped big. They're like, all right, we're done for the day. And now that thing is just kind of moving around, just ranging, because they're not working it right now. They're working on another currency pair. That is what they do. Come on, GN, go on, push up. Go on, give us that big push. Take us out of our misery. Let's get that 27 pips real quick. Let's see here. Let me go answer this question because y'all blowing the chat up, man. I can't keep up. If you have your charts on M15, will you also receive alerts for the H1 time frame? Right now, no. With the dashboard, yes. But right now, you only receive, if you have the software on, minute 15 for the GBP JPY, you're only going to receive trades for that time frame. That's it. All right, we went over that. 100K FTMO, I will start tomorrow. I paid for it today, and I should have paid for it yesterday. I got too busy yesterday, so I don't need to get my credentials until the morning for the FTMO account. So I'll start trading that on tomorrow's session. That's the $100,000 trial. So I paid for that so we can, if I am successful in passing that, then I will have access to a $100,000 funded account by somebody else, OPM. That'd be great to use. So the version of AIRO, so we'll call it the AIRO dashboard. The AIRO dashboard is what's going to be called, what's going to be launched. AIRO dashboard plus version 4 together is what's, should give you guys, the better experience. We also have another VPS company coming on board, which we'll be looking to utilize them as well. And so we'll be doing some comparisons as well to see who has the better setup as well. So everybody's saying that version 4 so far is good. That's good to hear. I just want to make sure we get it going through New York session as well. Version 4 is the exact same, guys. The only thing that changed with version 4 is the programming. Everything else is the same. What you guys see is the same. That's it. So don't worry about changing any settings or anything of that nature. Everything is the exact same. The only thing changes on the back end of programming to help with the speed. All right. Help with the speed. All right. Do different brokers have different money zones? Yes, because different brokers will have different server times. So because different brokers are in different areas of the world. So therefore, their time zones are different. So depending on your broker, you want to change or convert 12 a.m. Central Standard Time to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time to whatever your broker is. So give me 1 second here. I'll show you guys exactly how to do that. Let me pull it up. Where is that? I know I got it here somewhere. There we go. All right. So I use this website right here. All right. GN hitting the zone on 5 minutes. All right, guys. So what I'll say on that real quick, I'm gonna share my screen. I don't care about the 5 minute, guys. I am on the 15-minute time frame. The higher you go in time frames, the stronger the trend is. I don't look at time frames below me. Don't care about them. Some of you guys may have been taught that, and that's a strategy that is used by that by that individual, and some people that they like the strategy. But for me, I don't care about that strategy because it goes against the way that I trade. And so everyone trades differently. The software is here to help guide people to be the better version of themselves. Doesn't mean you have to follow all my strategies or even follow some strategies. There's some people that don't even trade any of my strategies, but they use the software to help them. So for me, hitting a zone on the lower time frames doesn't mean anything to me from the standpoint of that's not how I trade. I don't look at lower time frames. If anything, I'll go to the higher time frames to see what may be going on, because the higher the time frame, the stronger the trend. Keep that in mind. The higher the time frame, the stronger the trend. That's why if you trade the H1 or the H4, you don't need to be inside the money zone. All right, let's go take a look at it. H1 on GN. All right, bounce AIRO. Oh, you can even make some real money on that one. But you see, look at this, less zones. Look at that, bounce AIRO. You'd have been in that trade, and you'd be up right now about 36 pips. All right, the higher the time frames, the stronger the trend. Not the opposite way. Not the lower the time frames. That's the way that I was taught. That's what I see when I trade the charts. And so again, everybody has different strategies. So I don't look at the lower time frames. We're up 13 pips total. Shout out to GN. I'm going to take you guys to this quick little website to help you out. So the time zone converter is what I use. So thetimezoneconverter.com. Here, you can type in, come in here and you put the CST in /CDT, Central Time. And then over here, you put in your broker's server time. So for me, my broker is GMT +2. And so if I put in 12 o'clock a.m., so we change it to 12 a.m. All right. All right, so local time, we're gonna change. Oh, maybe we need a new change it. Uh-oh. Did this thing just catch up on us? I need to put in CST, Central Time. I want to put in 12 o'clock a.m., which is 7 a.m. So I need to go to 07. So I actually need to move my money zone. So what's 12 p.m. look like then? 12 p.m. is 7 o'clock p.m. All right, so I'll be moving my, now that I see this here, This is off the new time frame. That tells me what? Now I need to go back to the charts and I need to adjust my settings. All right, I need to adjust my settings. So to adjust my settings, let's see here. Tell you I need to adjust to 0700. All right, 0700. All right, so we're going to right click on the screen, indicator list, AIRO V4, 07 to 1900. And again, I'm putting it into military time. 0700 is 7 a.m. 1900 is 7 p.m. in military time. I'm using military time because that is the way that MT4 is set up. So MT4, the platform we use the trade AIRO on, is, if you look at the time frame down here, I'm gonna use the cursor, and you guys can see down here at the bottom of the screen, it tells me the date and the time. All right. And so I'm changing mine based on the settings it gave. I'm going to say this as a new template. Actually, I'm not yet. I'm going to wait till this trade closes out so I can clear the screen out. Actually, I can do it now. Let me. We'll wait till this trade goes out, guys. So GN, I just know to save the template for this screen here. All right, so GN just kind of stalling right here, right where it peaked at last time. All this junk right here. Let's go look at the correlation right now. GJ pushing. GU in a zone, but still trying to push up. GI, oh yeah, GI about to break the zone. I'm standing this, definitely standing this trade now. GI about to break that zone. GN, we pushing. Look at that. GCAD pushing. G Chef pushing. So all the G pairs are starting to push up. So that's what I look for correlation. So for me, when I trade, I look for correlation between the currency pairs. Even though the trend for G Chef is a downtrend and GN is an uptrend, I don't care about that. I'm looking at what is price doing in correlation to the pair I'm in. And so the correlation right now shows that price is moving up. I already checked it, but let's go ahead and check it anyway. I checked the news. I use the MyFXBook app for news. You can also use forexfactory.com for news. On the MyFXBook, we're good. We have some Euro news, orange folder in like 3 hours and 16 minutes, but I won't be on the call by then. So we are clear for the night. Got a bunch of Euro news here in about an hour and 16 minutes, but it's green folder. So I'm not too worried about it. But for the most part, it's a clear night tonight. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. All right, looking pretty good. We got 1 minute. And if we need GI to close above the zone. It's got to break. The zone's going to disappear anyway. I already know it's going to disappear based on where it's at. But we need to close over this blue line. So we need both the red line and the blue line or white line. So the bid and ask. If I show you real quick here, let's go to GCAD. You see here I have a red line and a white line. That's the red line is the ask line. The white line is the bid. So when I push buy, it will put my entry at the ask. You always buy at the ask, the red line. You always sell at the bid. So when I hit sell, it'll always put the entry at the white line. Someone asked how to set those. If you come to my Sunday night calls, I show how to do that. But real simple, you need to put these settings down. So I'm gonna open up my settings. So what you want to do is you want to right click on the black of the screen. Or if you have a Mac, click with 2 fingers. GU, hold on real quick, guys. GU for buy. GU for the buy. It's in the zone, not touching it. G Aud did not close above the blue line. Did not close above the blue line. So I'm sticking out of that trade for now. All right, sticking out of that trade. GN, all right. Just wait for it to go ahead and push on up. All right, all right. So let me go back to where I was at. GJ, we go here. We right click on the black of the screen. You have this menu come up here. You want to go to properties. All right. And under properties, these are the settings you want to select. Here are the colors. So make sure you want to select these, right? So make sure you take a picture of this or a screenshot and put these in. And then under common, you want to have these settings. All right. Make sure you take a picture of that. Take a screenshot, whatever you need to. All right. Let me go back to color so you guys can get that for those who missed it. Make sure you take a picture of that, screenshot. And then under common, make a picture of that, screenshot that. All right. Come on, GN, don't do that to me. Now we're just up 14 pips. All right, once you've done that, you hit OK. And then you want to put AIRO on top of that chart. That chart, you want to go ahead and go up here to this icon right here, which is templates. Save template. And when you save template, you get this error. Select OK to get through that. And then save it as the AIRO template. So put AIRO when you get that template saved. And you have both the red line and white line. Add AIRO V4 on top of it. And then go ahead and save that template as AIRO. And then therefore you will always have your bid and ask or your red and white lines showing. All right. All right. Cool. Back in double digits, +9, +10. We're right there. Right back up. I like trading with you guys on the call. I win a lot more when I trade with you guys than when I trade by myself. I gamble too much when I trade by myself. Got to be more careful. But that's all about discipline, guys. I am more disciplined with you guys on the call. And I'm learning to be more disciplined by myself. So that's a good thing. You know, the more I trade with you guys on the call, watching me and taking trades with me, the more disciplined I am, even outside of these calls when I'm trading. Hence why I took this trade right here. Now I took this trade before we got on the call because this setup happened before the call started. So discipline is key. You'll find that the more disciplined you are, and if your disciplines lead to success, you know, then the more successful you will be long term. So we're +10. Let me go answer some more questions real quick. +10 on that trade. Shout out to GN right there. All right, GA. We're not taking that one yet. Never did break, guys. If you're using RDP reboot, yes, you're gonna need to reboot whatever you want. I mean, yeah, so RDP or not, you're gonna need a reboot to be able to see the version 4 pop up. All right, so you have to reboot no matter what you're on, whether it's you're inside, you're going through the website or you're going through your RDP. All right, we just went over that. All right. If I have equal zones, which way do you trade? So if I have equal zones and I have more than 50 pips in between each zone, I can trade in both directions. But you want to do that mainly for pairs that have a higher ADR. All right. So we're +10 right now in GN. So what do I mean by higher ADR? So average daily range. So if we go to here, you'll see here that most of the G pairs, the pound pairs, they all have 90 plus, over 100. But if we add like EU, let's do it. Let's go ahead and look at it. Let's go ahead and add it on here. So let me add gold. Let's go ahead and add the pair you guys love to call out the most that I don't necessarily like anymore. All right. Let's add it in there. All right. So EURUSD, look at that. It has an ADR of 68 pips. That's not even close. It's over 20 pips shy of the lowest right now, which is GJ. All right. And 68 is high. You got an arrow for Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin.
That's like a short buy.
Yeah, real short. I don't know if I trust it. It's about 7,800 pips or 7,800 points or 780 pips to the zone. What's GN doing? Why are you going backwards, GN? Come on now, quit playing with me. GJ hitting that zone, G Aud still haven't broke the zone yet or broke the line yet. GCAD trying to come down a little bit. Just in his own. All right, we'll see it in a minute. BTC. Man, I want to take the buy for BTC, man, but BTC's been playing games lately.
I wouldn't touch that buy.
You don't think so?
Yeah, not with the way that it is moving right now. I feel like it could easily reverse back down because it's still in that downtrend. It might shoot back up in the morning, but right now, it might just kill people.
Yeah, in the downtrend, we'll stay at that one. And the GN trade making me, come on, GN, what you doing with me? What you doing? All right, we'll break even right now in GN with the 2 trades +1. Let's go answer some more questions real quick. We'll let that one play out. But yes, if you have equal zones, as long as you have 50 pips in between the 2 middle zones, so let's say you have 4 on top, 4 on bottom, the 2 middle ones, if you have more than 50 pips in between the 2 middle ones, you can trade in both directions. But again, you want to make sure you're using a pair that has a high ADR. So mainly your euros, your pound pairs, which are GBPs, maybe USD CAD. But for all you guys that love to trade AUD, JPY, and EUR USD and stuff like that, don't even do it. What do I think of Nas 100 on the M5 if it breaks the red zone? I don't know. I don't really trade Nas. So guys, the reason why I don't look at Nas much, and I look more at S&P, is because with S&P, a 0.01 lot size is 10 cents. So everybody on the call can get into the trade because not everybody has a large account. Whereas with Nas and US 30, a 0.01 lot size calls for more margin and you need more money in your account, and it's $1 per pip and not 10 cents per pip. And so that is why I typically don't call those trades. I don't even have them on my charts. I want to make sure everybody can get into a trade, but you asked for it, so I'll bring it up. AIRO MM on the 5 minute. If it breaks, I'm not looking to take it because if it breaks this red zone, you still have this red zone above it. So I wouldn't be looking to get into it regardless. We're down 150 right now on GN. So the update, guys, will all be posted in the AIRO announcements channel and in the AIRO bag chat. You don't need to ask. It's going to always be in those 2 channels. It's where all the updates are located. If you're not in those channels, whoever invited you and signed you up with AIRO needs to get you access to it. Otherwise, you are you need to make sure you pay for AIRO. And if you haven't, like I said, you can contact me. I can help you get set up. If you haven't got set up yet, I know that there are people that are on the call that haven't necessarily got set up on it. So when setting up the highs and lows of previous money zone or Asia breakouts, do we place the line for bodies or the wicks? So it depends on the strategy. Let's go look at it. So when you're doing strategy number 3 and you're setting it up, you want the Asia channel, all right? And all we care about is the bodies, all right? The bodies. So you put the lines at the bodies. But with the actual money zone breakout, you just do the money zone. So the money zone breakout would be right here. It's uptrend. And so we could have entered in on that first candle inside the money zone because it's above what? It's above the previous day's money zone. All right. We don't care about wick or body. We're looking at the top of the money zone. All right. Or the bottom of the money zone for the downtrend. But with the Asia channel for strategy number 3, it's at the body, the highest point. And again, I go over that in the strategy videos, guys. Make sure to watch the videos. All right. All this information, all these questions you guys ask, it's in the videos. Watch the videos and you'll have all the answers needed. That way you can already be in these trades and not have to wait to get on the call to ask me. And by that time, you already missed out on some pips. Videos are for you guys to be able to have the information at all times. Plus, the PDF is out. So in the top of the group, of the group chat, the AIRO bag chat, you'll see it's pinned to the top is the actual strategy PDF with all the strategies on it. Let's see what other questions we have here. So someone asked me to create a video for the money zone. I guess I had to make a video for you guys. I didn't think it really was that difficult. You need to convert 12 a.m. Central Standard Time to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time to your broker's time frame, and then put those settings in there. That's it. I mean, it's very simple, but I guess I'll make a video for it. There are multiple videos out there. Every Sunday night when I go over exactly how to set it up, those videos are recorded and placed on Auvoria Prime's YouTube channel. So the video is out there, but I'll try to make one to put in the back office for those who are having trouble with it. You switch to version 4, but I'm not gonna say it out loud. There GBP NZD go. Let's take a look back at the chart, guys. You see GM, we're at 11 plus 12 pips. All right, heading back the right way. Just a little pullback, just a little pullback. GI, do we get a break above? We got a break above GI. So in 2 minutes, as long as it stays above that blue line, I'll be entering into a buy in GI. All right, we are in a uptrend. All right, 5 green zones, 4 red zones. And you can see here that we're starting to get some movement. We are over 35 pips away. So I'll be looking to get into in 1 minute. I'm buying. Let me change my lot size. I'm buying. I'll be buying the Gbp Aud. Hopefully, don't shoot up too fast. Come on, baby. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down for me now. Come on now. GM looking pretty. Look at that. 20 pips. 21 pips. Like it. Come on, baby. 7. Let's go. Let's go. TP hit on both. GM for me. 27 pips. 27 pips. I'm in a GA buy. And let's go see how many pips I can take, because we are, look at that bad boy go. Golly. 29 pips away from the zone. So try to modify 20 pips. Uh-oh. It didn't take. It kicked me out. Oops. All right, there we go. I wish I could email MT4. Ever since they did the ever since MT4 did the GBP NZD, yep, got our money, got our 27 pips. Yeah, ever since MT4 did their little maintenance, I've been having issues. This thing keeps kicking me out of my account. I got to keep relogging back in. So I'm officially now in a GBP AUD trade. Price broke above the Asia channel. The Asia channel was less than 50 pips. And I'm going for 20 pips. Going for 20 pips. All right, strategy number 3. We already TP'd 27 pips on whoever was in GJ. Shout out to you. Shout out, I forgot who was it said they jumped into GJ, because you should be up almost 20 pips by now. GU. Oh, we just got an error on GU. What's the trend? Trend is down, ain't it, Calvin? Oh, it's even. I was probably broke through that zone. GU, I'm gonna enter in a buy on GU too. Second arrow, so I'm only going for 10 pips. I only go for 10 pips on the second arrow. That's just me. We'll put it a little higher just in case it wants to take off. We'll put it at 20 pips. I'm looking to take profit around 10. GI, we're up about 4 pips right now. 4 pips on GI and climbing. We're up 2 pips on GU. GN, we already took profit at 27 pips. Probably should have held that a little longer. Probably went a little higher. Look at that. Golly. Got to be more careful. It's all good. Profit is profit. Profit. And you guys can see here, we're now in London session, and we're now getting some good movement. And look at everything. No matter what the trend is, everything's moving up. So no matter what the overall trend is, everything is moving up. That's what we want. Everything is moving up. Therefore, we're having an upward correlation. All right. That's what I like to see. SPX 500. Yeah, it's not doing much. GER 30 is trying to make a nice little move. Okay, GER 30. For those who don't know what the German 30 is, the GER 30, it's just like the US 30. It's just for Germany. All right, just for Germany. BTC. Oh, okay, BTC trying to make a little move up. We stayed out of BTC though because of the current downtrend. All right, we stayed out of that. Looks good right now, but hey, get easy turn back around. Bitcoin been hurting people's feelings over the last couple of days. Actually, last week or so, I can tell you that. I took a nice little bullet this time last week. I think last Monday. Euro still falling. Look at them. Still falling. There's a Euro AUD. Someone asked. No, that was Euro NZD on the strategy 9. Euro JPY. Euro NZD. Gold. Ooh, that's ugly. Look at those wicks. Stay away from that one. So right now we're just gonna sit with the GBP AUD trade and our GU trade. All right. Entered in GU because of the what? Bag entry. Bounce arrow go. It's the second up arrow. Therefore, I'm only looking for 10 pips instead of 20. I got my take profit at 20 just in case, because the pound pairs love to move very volatile. As you just saw, we went from on a GN trade, went from plus 14 pips to plus 28 pips and hit TP in literally like 45 seconds. So that's the reason why. Something I learned from my mentor back in the day. He only taught us how to trade GJ. So it's the reason I trade the pound pairs the most, because I intimately know them. I know GBP JPY very well, and I had to learn the other pound pairs as well. And so that's the reason why I know them so well. A little pullback right now. All right. Someone says they can't see the pip counter. So I can tell you, if you can't see your pip counter, that means you either have like 20 million trades on, or you have too many of these open. So you have your navigator open and your terminal, which doesn't allow you to see everything. All right. As you guys can see here, we're up $46.65. You guys saw started at the beginning of the day with $1,000 account. So we're up almost 5% on that one trade there. Almost 5%. All right, almost 5%. Let's see what the rest of the night brings us. Maybe we can get a 8 to 10% night or more. Cool thing about manual trading versus trading with the EAs is you have a lot more control over your trades. And if you are very consistent and at consistently catching pips, you can grow your account a lot more faster than you would with a expert advisor. So, one thing I do with expert advisors is I use my manual trading at AIRO to generate larger returns and bigger profits, and then I take those profits and put them into the EA to build that. I can't use that word. What do I want to call it? To build that long-term money, so that that money while I'm sleeping. I have to be awake and actively trading. This is my active income. Whereas with the EAs, I take my profits and put it in that. That's my long-term, income. It grows slower, but it grows faster than a checking account. It grows faster than a CD, and I get better growth out of it instead of it just sitting in the bank account all day. Because again, whether you have your money in the Forex market or in the bank, it's always in the Forex market, because the banks do what? The banks trade your money in the Forex market. So if you did not know, over 65% of all of the $7 trillion a day that goes through the Forex market. So that's about 4.55 trillion. 65% of it come from 10 banks. So there are 10 institutional banks that constitute 65% of the overall volume in Forex. So again, whether you put your money in the Forex market yourself or you put it in the bank, your money is in Forex. All right. Let me check the trade real quick. Right now we're +4 on Gbp Aud and we're -4 on Gbp USD. All right. What time does the pip counter reset? The pip counter resets when you have no trades. As long as you're in trades, the pip counter will always run. Rashawn, 27 pips on GJ. Carlos +10 on Aud. Shout out to you guys. Triple dipping on GM for 35 pips. Hey, congrats on that triple dip. Is the market maker strategy just for Forex pairs? Yes. I had 20 more for Aud. Hey, shout out to the team over here in the chat, man. You're killing the game right now. Is the market maker strategy just for Forex pairs? Yes. The market maker strategy is just for Forex pairs. Now, let me pull up the charts here. If someone can show me that it works consistently on gold or S&P and show it to me, hey, I will start teaching it. But the way I was taught, and I was taught by an individual who he learned from a market maker, that the strategy is for just Forex pairs. All right. And it's on the 15-minute time frame or the H1. 15-minute or H1. We're up 4 pips on Aud, and we are down 5 pips on GU. GN chilling. It came down, moving back up though. GCAD heading back up. G Chef trying to inch back up. GJ heading back up. A little retrace, guys. A little retrace. Remember, GU, we're going for a quick little 10. I got TP at 20 just in case he wants to run, but we're just going for a quick little 10. So when GI gets closer to that TP, we should be good. All right, +5, +6, back and forth with GI. All right, let's see here. Gold, nothing. Euro NZD, nothing. Nothing. You guys notice I stopped trading the Euro pairs. I don't even have on my charts anymore, just because we do. I mean, the majority of our trades are with GBP pairs anyway. That's what I specialize in. I enjoy those. So, and you guys have noticed, we win significantly more. We just win a lot, period, with the pound pairs. I'm actually thinking about making the EA only work on pound pairs, just because we have so much success with them. May make it to where the EA only works on pound pairs. All right, come on, GI, push. GU, quit playing games with us. GJ, all right, and then let me do something real quick. I feel like we got some bad mojo right now. Oh, auto trading, turn that back on. All right, we got some bad mojo. So what I'm gonna do is delete that Euro USD off of our template there. All right. There we go. Feel a little better now. Now I feel good. Now I feel good. There we go. Now I feel better. EURUSD, boy. Bonds are skyrocketing. Be careful with gold. Yep. Got to be both careful. Got to understand the economics when you're trading whatever asset class you're trading. All right. Someone asked about the dashboard. The dashboard is not available yet. All right. I'm just showing to you guys. But the dashboard is not available at the moment. All right. It will be available shortly, but at the moment it is not available. All right. Someone says the bid line is still invisible even with those settings. Impossible. Those are my settings and the bid line shows. So that just means something may be off. Somebody had the same question here. Let me see here. What was the answer? These settings for the bid and ask, those settings, guys, that will get you the bid and ask. Got to have these settings here. Got to have these settings. All right. Exactly. And something, I forgot what it was. We did something else somebody had said. I can't remember what it was. If it comes back to me, I will bring it up. But yeah, we went over that Sunday. Those settings though are GER 30 for the sale now. Ain't messing with it. Those were the settings though, guys. Those are settings. Yeah, I don't know. If you're not showing, that means you have something else going on your chart. Right now, I can't think of what it was. There was something else that someone else had, and we just had to turn it off. Oh no, we'll look into it. If I remember what it was, I'll bring it up. Someone wants to know where I drew the blue line. All right, guys, so let's go back to GBP AUD. So GBP AUD, there was a zone here. All right, so there's two ways that I trade. Hold on real quick. I need to go talk to GU real quick. GU tripping right now. GU, you need to get your stuff together, man. What are you doing? Should be an easy 10 pips right there. Easy 10 pips. Easy 10 pips. What are you doing to us right now? You can't go the opposite way. All right, so with strategy number 3, you want to do two things. Well, it's a twofold step. Number 1, identify the trend. Number 2, set up your agent channel and wait for the break in the direction of the trend. So with GU, you zoom out all the way, you can see there's two. That's not a good example. We'll do GBP AUD. That's fine. So with GBP AUD, we zoom out all the way. You can see there's 5 green, 4 red zones. I think someone said something about how they had different zones than I did. You probably have a different broker than I do. All right, different broker means you're going to have different zones, different arrow pop up at different time frames, things of that nature. Just because the arrows pop up and the zones pop up based off of price, and so brokers are going to have different price points. All right, and so that's why it's going to be different. All right, so I have more green than red. Therefore, my trend is up. So what I'm looking for is I'm taking into account, I'm looking at from the bottom of the agent channel. So the agent channel starts, you want to look at a couple of things. You look at here, the agent channel starts here. The start of the day, of the new Forex day, which is, you'll see by the period separator. And then the start of the money zone. And the start of money zone is right here. All right. And then you want to mark off the bottom, so the lowest point of the agent channel in between these two time frames. You see that's right here on the line, and then the highest point. The highest point is actually right here, but there was a zone here. And so I put this blue line at the top of the zone. Now, before I even explain the zone, my agent channel should have looked like this, which means I should have got in on this last candle. But again, there was a zone right there. All right, so just going off of the original way to do it, here's the top of agent channel, here's the bottom of agent channel. I want to measure to make sure that the agent channel is what? I want to make sure the agent channel is less than 50 pips. Agent channel is 42 pips, all right? 42 pips. So I feel good about that, all right? Now, there was a zone right there. So I put the blue line above it at the very top of the agent channel, because why? Well, from here to here is still 47.5 pips, so still less than 50 pips. All right, and then from that line here to the top is 39 pips. So we know we have enough room for a 20 pip take profit. All right. That's why I wait for that zone to clear. So as long as you wait for that zone to break and you still have 50 pips, less than 50 pips in your agent channel, you're good. All right. You're good. And those who've been on this call long enough knows that when that zone breaks and we get in, we win just as much as if we don't get in without a break. All right. So we're almost halfway. Yeah, we're halfway away to 20 pips with G Aud right now, and we are going the opposite way with GU. GU started, man. What is GU doing? I don't like that. I don't like that doji. All right, it's all good. It's all good. Not gonna fret. Let's go ahead and set our stop loss. $40 pip stop loss. G Aud. Once we hit 15 pips, I'm putting my stop loss in profit. All right, delete.
What do you feel about a sell on GCAD?
Going against the opposite trend? If it does what I think it's going to do, then we might get in one.
I'm not gonna lie, I hopped into a sell. You know how I feel.
Yeah, man. It's still correlating up. So I mean, G Chef trying to push up. We'll see, man. We'll see. I'll let it play out. GU started to make me mad though, man. What this thing doing? +9, almost +10. So we're almost halfway home to G Aud. All right, I need that to close. I'm trying to get I want my 10% tonight, man. That's the goal. 10% a night. All right, guys, let me stop sharing here. We're +9 on G Aud, -11 on GU. On the Asia channel, I don't care about the wicks, guys. Wicks tells you what price used to be, not what price closed at or price opened at. What price used to be at, all right? All I care about is the bodies. Watch strategy video number 3, guys. Strategy video 3. All right. God bless you. All right. +10 and -10 right now. Gavin, they asked me about that sale on GCAD. Why take it?
Usually just from the past, even when we first started trading with GCAD, what I noticed is that when the trend is heavy selling, a heavy sell trend, and they start to buy into that zone, it always reverses into the opposite and goes back to the sell.
See, the more you guys study a pair, the more intimate you become with it. You know, the more the better at understanding where it's going to go. All right. Someone asked about a fractal. I forgot what pair. Let me go look and see what pair they were talking about. Hold on. Let me go back and look. We just got a notification for GER30 sale. GER30 sale. Negative, Ghost Rider, into a zone. So we are +12 on GI, -6 on GU. Once we get to +15, I put my stop loss and profit 2 pips. Put my stop loss and profit 2 pips. We're +13 right now. And I just need +10 on GU. Mess around, I might just close out, break even on GU when I get back up there. They're just playing games with me. Playing games. We'll see where it's at when GA hits his TP. When GA hits TP, yeah. And GA stalling. If you always want to know why price is stalling, look left. You look left, look at that. Wicks, all these wicks. That means price is hitting a level of resistance. So the red zones and green zones are major levels. That's why they pop up and show. But there's going to be minor levels as well. Like you see right here, this is a minor level. Price came up to this level here, reversed. There's no zone right here. Price came back up to this level, reversed. There's no zone here, or there was a zone here, I'm sorry. They broke through that. But you see, there's no zone here in this area, no zone. Let price came to this level, reverse, came to this level, reverse, came back to this level, reverse. Of course, it reversed at the zone, came back to this level over here, which is equivalent to this level here, and reversed. So there's going to be minor levels as well. And so as you get to, you get to be able to start seeing things on your own, you start to understand why price is reversing, or you start to understand why you may not want to take a trade right away. All right, plus 15 pips, plus 16 pips. Oh yeah, everybody hit the TP. Let me go ahead and put my TP in profit. Plus 16, profit 2 pips. It's a guaranteed win for me, guys. Guaranteed win. So GU -5. Man. As soon as GU getting profit, I'm getting out. So I see 1 pip, 2 pip profit, I'm getting out. I don't like it. I'm not gonna hold it. I'm gonna explain why I'm not gonna hold. So well, we may hold a little one. GJ got a little room. GU definitely has a lot of room. Aud was his TP. We got the zone right there. GN's at the zone. GCAD is in the zone. G-Chef is right at the zone. So the more zones the currency pairs come to, from a correlation standpoint, the higher probability chance of price turning around. So once we TP on Aud, we'll see what I do. Right now, it's a free trade. So again, this is something I do every time I'm up 75% of the way. So if my TP is 20 pips, 75% of the way is 15 pips. So once I hit 75% of my TP, I will automatically put my stop loss 2 pips in profit. All right, 2 pips in profit. That way I cover my spread, and it's a free trade. So if it comes all the way back down, I don't lose any money. I actually make money. So we're plus 15 now. We're minus 10 on GU. I don't know what GU doing right now. All right, plus 16. Come on, GA, take us out of our misery. Just push. One good push. Take us out. Struggling right now, guys. Struggling right there. See those wicks? All those wicks right there is level. It's just struggling right now at that price point there. So right now it's free trade. I'm gonna let it sit. And let it try to run up. So this is where patience comes in handy. And again, even if I don't have patience, it's a free trade. So at this point, it's a free trade. I could take profit and be happy, or I could, it could come all the way back down. I might not be as happy if it came all the way back down, but I wouldn't lose. So got to secure your profits, guys. Got to secure your profits. This is proper risk management. Moving your stop loss and profit, locking in those profits, because the one thing you don't want to do is have a trade go 20, 30, 40, 50 pips in profit, and your stop loss never moves, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna wait till it gets to 75 pips. I see it going a little further. So you're trying to be greedy and get more pips. And then guess what? Then you get to the point where it reverses all the way back, and now you're hoping it goes back up. We don't play by the hope game. You play by high probability. Put the trade in, execute the trade, get out. That's why I have a set take profits of 20 pips or 50 or 100, depending on the strategy, things of that nature. So to get you guys in a habit of what? Get you guys in a habit of taking trades. Gold is an uptrend. I ain't touching that. So the reason why I have set take profits is to get you guys in the habit of setting a take profit. The reason why I teach you guys about moving your take profit into your stop loss into take profit is to get you into that habit, or at least that mindset. So now, if you decide to do it, great. If you don't do it, that's fine. It's not, you don't have to follow exactly what I do, but it's just good habit to keep that in mind. They're good practices that I'm putting, trying to instill in you guys. So, as you are a beginner, you have these good practices, you lock in more profits. And then guess what? As you become more and more experienced, you'll start to understand the markets better, and you may even change some of your own rules. Let me go look at something, guys. This is Aud. Okay, guys. Yes, Aud. We are at 74 out of 95 pips of our ADR. So it's yellow. I'm taking profit. I'm out. So I am out on Aud because we are almost maxed out on the ADR. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my profit here. Take my profit on that one. All right. I want to look at that here. So the ADR gives you what? It gives you, ADR is the average daily range. So it tells you how many pips on average a pair has been moving. I can tell you guys the formula I use is I look at the last 2 weeks of trading. So based on the last 2 rolling weeks, Aud is averaging 95 pips. So when this turns yellow, you've hit over 75%. And then when it turns red, you hit over 90%. So when you see this turn red, that means over 90% of the way it's changed. 90% of ADR has been met. And so that's just another indicator for me to say, there's a high probability chance price may not continue further up because of that. All right. So we're in GU minus 6 pips. I can tell you right now, GU, I'm looking at GU. GU is 40 out of 101. 40 out of 101. So we got some good move there, good room there. GN, we took profit on. But yeah, this ADR, guys, just gives you an idea of how far price may go. All right. Now, can GI go all the way up to take profit? Sure. But I'm going to do what? I'm taking a high probability trade. I have more information at my disposal that tells me prices already moved more than 75% of its usual daily average. And once I hit that level and price is stalling, and I know this information, I'm gonna take my trade because there's a higher probability chance that price will turn around than price will continue to hit the max 95 pip ADR, especially when I know all the GBP pairs last week were all over 100. Now you can see that only 3 out of the 6 are over 100. Last week, all 6 pairs had an ADR over 100. So the ADR has been lowering, as of late. So GI typically is number 2 behind GBP NZD. Usually it's GBP NZD, Aud, and then GBP JPY. Those are typically the 3 highest Great Britain pound ADRs. Well, look at that. GJ is at 90 pips. GI 95 pips. So unlike those two. So look at, it's turning around. If it keeps going back down, we made a good decision, made the right decision. So the more information you have at your disposal, potential better opportunity you can have on making a better trade. All right. And GCAD making multiple wicks. Look at those wicks. Look at those wicks. Let me ask some more questions because I know we got tons of them. We got 26 minutes and then we'll go on our break. 26 minutes for our break. Can you use the money zone breakout and the GBP breakout on the 1 hour time frame? If it works for you on the 1 hour time frame, consistently use it. I only teach it on the 15-minute time frame. I do know someone that was using the strategy 3, the Asia breakout. They were using that on the minute 30. So again, I give you guys time frames based on what I know works the best. However, if you're using the strategy on different time frames, different pairs, and it works, let me know. We'll take a look at it. We can always change rules. So yes, you can use higher time frames when using strategies for bag. So the bag strategy can be used. I use the GU comeback. Let's go look at GU. Shout out to all 306 people on the call tonight. Shout out to all 306 of you guys on the call. Stop share and make sure did I share it right? Share screen. Boom, boom, boom. Share. There we go. GU -1, which means what? GI probably up 2. Let's try to come back. GU, let's go. Easy little 10. So I'm looking for.
I told you that Bitcoin, somebody said that Bitcoin failed them again. I told you that Bitcoin is going to drop again. It's going to be a sad night tonight. Don't touch it.
Yeah, Bitcoin dropping. Bitcoin dropping hard. We're in a downtrend, guys. So when you're in a downtrend, can you have some counter trend trade moves? Yes. you can have some calorie trade moves. But the highest probability is a trade with the trend. AIRO is going to let you know what the trend is. So on the minute 5, we're in a downtrend. If you go to the minute 15, we're in a downtrend. Minute 30, we're in an uptrend. H1, we're in an uptrend. All right. So the higher time frames, we're in an uptrend, and therefore you follow the rules of the higher time frames. So we had a bag entry here. Cool. Oh, your stop loss would have been down here, and you might have got hit. All right. Cryptocurrency is one of those, because it's so new and so volatile to news, like literally one man, as you guys know, Elon Musk, can change the directory, the trajectory of Bitcoin. He's already done it. He's already done it. I'm talking about he's done it so many times. So when you have something, an asset class where someone who can make a tweet can control the price or dictate where the price goes, that's something that you want to be very wary of, which means you want to make sure you practice proper risk management, because you can get caught. You can get caught holding the bag on that one. Holding the bag. So, all right, let's go back to GU. We were only down 1, now it's down 5. Come on, GU, get on up there. Get on up there. Take us out of our misery. I'm about to get out. Probably break even on this one. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So let me answer some more questions here. When we come back for the break, I'll go over the fractal strategy. So I want to talk about time frames. So when using the bag strategy, if you're on the minute 5, I recommend going for 10 pips. If you're on in minute 5 for Forex pairs, again, everything I talk about is only on the Forex pairs. If you are on the minute 15, I recommend going for 20 pips. If you're on the H1, I recommend going for 50 pips, take profit. And if you're on an H4, I recommend going for 100 pips. All right. Someone said, oh, 85,000. That's beautiful. Shout out to Portia. She said she likes the session. Hey, we appreciate it. We work hard to give you guys a good experience and teach and make money at the same time. That's the goal. The goal, I can tell you guys, there's 3 goals that I look to accomplish when I'm on the call. Goal number 1 is to always educate. Goal number 2, entertain. And then goal number 3, help you make some money. That's the goal. All right. There go GU. Look at it flying. Look at the GU flying. Once I see 10 pips, I'm out. We're plus 5. Look at that GU. Plus 6. Come on, push. Quit playing with us. If we can get plus 10, we'll be up 8% or more tonight. That's a good night. That's a good night. Yeah, I don't think you guys think it's small money. All right, GU playing. All right, give me 1 second here. Let me find it here. Where my calculator at? I will show you guys what compounding does. All right, show you guys what compounding does. All right, so let me share my screen real quick. GU plus 2 pips. All right, we're up 2. So let me share my calculator right quick, guys. All right, so guys, there are 22 trading days. 22 trading days typically in a month. All right, 22 trading days. So if I have a $1,000 account and I just compound my account 8% every night, all right, times 1.8. 0.08. All right, I'll make $80 the first night. So that's one night, 2 nights, 3 nights, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So if I literally just make 8% every night for 22 days, I'm up over 543% on my account. All right. That's the power of compounding and just taking it small, taking it steady. Like we've taken, this will be the 3rd trade tonight. So GN, G-Odd, and now GU. And the beautiful thing is 8% a night. We could be sitting at a $5,000+ account starting off at 1,000. Now, not everybody can start with 1,000, but imagine if you started with a little less. What does it look like? Let's go look at it. Let's go look at that. Let me share it again. All right, what if you start off with a $300 account? All right, times 1.08. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $300 account turns to $1,630, over 540%. So it didn't really matter how much. You're looking at 543% growth, compounding 8% every day for 22 trading days. Now, here's the thing: you're not going to win every day. You may have a losing day. All right, so you got to factor that in. And so let's say, at best, you don't trade every day and you don't win every day. So you cut that 543% in half to 271%. Still a good month. All right. So you don't have, I say this to say, and I show this to you guys to explain to you, you don't have to hit a home run every night. You don't have to hit a home run. All right. Small increment growth can get you to the promised land. All right. And then as your account grows, guess what? You can start to increase your lot size, which then allows you to do what? It allows you to make even more money. All right. If you grow your account from $100 to $500, you now can use a bigger lot size, which allows you to grow faster. If I grow my account from $1,000 to $5,000, it allows me to do what? Use bigger lot sizes so I can grow it faster, which means I can take less trades too. If my goal is only 8%, right now with a $1,000 account, it looks like it's going to take me about 3 trades to make 8%. But if I had a $5,000 account, it may only take me 1 trade. So that's the beautiful thing, guys. Compounding the account. Again, always use always practice proper risk management. Someone asked why we entered on the GU trade. We have a bag entry. The trend that you guys see here, we have 2 green and 2 red. All right, 2 green and 2 red. So guess what? I want to measure the pips in between the green zone, the 2 inner zones. I have 58 pips in between both zones, so I can trade both directions. All right. I had a second entry here. I had a bounce, AIRO, go. There was a zone here, so I didn't take the first entry, but we had a second AIRO, so I took that trade, and I'm only taking it for 10 pips. When I go back and re-record a video, I'm gonna make some changes to the videos. That way it makes it a little easier for you guys to follow along and remember the rules. And then also to make the rules a little bit more defined. Some of the videos, I set the rules in one video and assume that people would carry that same rule to the next strategy. But I see that some haven't. So that's my fault. So I will be making that change so that the rule for every strategy will be on every video. Make it a little bit easier for you guys when you go back and watch the videos. So it'll match up with the PDF that you guys have. So we're plus 6 pips here. GU playing around. Plus 3, plus 4, plus 5. Come on, where my plus 10? Need my plus 10. Let me go take me out of my misery. Take me out of my misery. Plus 6. We pushing. We up almost 8% now. Come on, 4 more pips. Plus 7. We're already up 8%. Give me 3 more. Plus 8, plus 9, plus 8. So when I see that plus 10, I'm out of there. I'll put it at plus 20 just in case he wants to run. But Come on. Give me that 10 and stay there. That's why we put it at 20. We out of there. So I'm now up 9.4%. It's a good night. Up 9.4%. And G's probably going to keep running. Look at it. It's probably going to keep running. But I took 10 pips. That's what I do. I take 10 pips when I get the second arrow. First arrow, 20 pips. Second arrow, 10 pips. That's just the goal. It's what I do. It's the way I trade. All right. It's the way I trade. 20 pip stop loss on the second entry. So by the time the second entry comes, I want a 20 pip stop loss, 10 pip take profit. On the first bag entry, 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss. All right. So 3-0 for the night, 2-0 on this call. I'm done for the moment. What time is it here? 13 minutes until we take a break. SPX, not doing nothing. GER30, nothing. Bitcoin tanked on us. Ethereum, not doing nothing. Euro GBP just falling. Golly. It's in a downtrend. EUR, AUD. I kind of like EUR, AUD for a fractal high strategy. I kind of like it. All the other euros are falling too. I'm taking EUR, AUD for a sale here. All right, and here's why. So here's the fractal strategy. I told you guys we take one of these trades tonight. All right. So we have what's called a fractal high. All right. What is a fractal high? All right. First of all, let's go ahead and do this. Let me add my fractals on here. So I'm adding the fractal indicator on here. Fractal indicator is a free indicator with the NT4 platform. So it's already built in. Where is it at? Oh yeah, Bill Williams. So if you click on the navigator, it'll open this up here. And what you want to do is you want to come to Bill Williams and then come down to fractals. All right. I'm expecting to have a fractal on this candle right here. Let's see here. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So we have a fractal here on this candle. All right. It's got a fractal because the candle before it is lower than, and the candle after it is lower than this high. So this is known as a fractal high. I entered this sale for two reasons. One, I had the fractal high, and then two, the immediate candle that enforced this fractal high is a bearish engulfing candle. It engulfed the previous candle, the fractal high candle. Also, you can see it closed below the 200 and below the AIRO moving average. All right. And guess what? We're in a downtrend. And guess what? Euro JPY falling. Euro NZD is falling. Euro GBP is dropping through the floor. So the Euro pairs are doing what? They're correlating down. So giving me all the more reason to do what? Enter into a sale on this trade based off of the fractal strategy that Jackie was talking about on the call. I'm gonna go ahead and make that a strategy, I guess. We'll give it Jackie and Bobby Will. You guys, for those who know from Pipology, Bobby Williams, this is his, this is part of his method. Another fractal high. Look at that fractal high. Fractal high. Huge. Look at that wick. And look, the next candle. Next candle was what? The next candle was a bearish engulfing candle. So whether so when you know how to trade, you don't have to worry about waiting for all the arrows. You'll know when to get in. Drawdown would have been 3 pips, and it fell 103 pips. All right. You could have caught that there, and then caught the what? And then you could have caught the bag entry, the bounce arrow go, and caught that. You'd already been in the trade, and you'd have been up 51 pips before that trade came in. And I'm just gonna take it for 20 pips, guys, or we'll take it for a quick 10. We'll put it at 20 though, just in case it drops hard. I'll take it for 10 pips. But we'll put it at 20 just in case it falls. I like to put my take profits a lot higher. Typically, if I'm going for 10, I like to put it higher. If I put it for 20, we'll take 20. If I know what I want to go to. If it's something short like 10, I'll put it for 20, 15, 20. Mainly on the pound pairs because they're very volatile. Euro pairs are volatile as well, meaning that, in 30 seconds, you might get a 15 pip move. And so it just allows me to capture more pips. So I'm mentally knowing that I'm going to take 10 pips on this trade like we did with the GU trade. And so when it gets to 10, I'll close out. But you saw with GU shot past 10, and I was able to close out at 12 pips. So something I do, I learned that through my mentor trading the pound pairs. It's a good practice, something I use for pairs that are more volatile, just Forex pairs. For gold and S&P and all those, when I trade those in Bitcoin, I put the take profit exactly where I wanted to go. As soon as it hits it, I'm out. Because those pairs are super volatile. You might run up, I've seen S&P 500 and gold run up 100 pips and then turn back around and run down 300 pips the wrong way. So we just, those I'm a little more careful on. We got 7 minutes to the break. We are in an EUR AUD trade based on the fractal high strategy. See how it goes. Someone asked me to show how to set take profit and stop loss. All right. So after I put my trade on, all I do is, I know I'm in a sale, right? So I'm in a sale, so we hit sale. So to hit set take profit, I just put my mouse on the line, the entry line. So this dotted green line is your entry. All right. It says drag to modify. When I see this says drag to modify, I click and hold and I drag it down. And you can see here, when I drag it, you can see it to the left. Look to the left. You can see it tells me my order number, my take profit, how much money I'll make if I stop it right here, and then also how many pips. That's 178 pips, which is really 17.8. So I put it right here at, that's what, 208 pips, which is really 20.8 pips. So I put it right there. Same thing for stop loss. For stop loss, I'm gonna take it here, and I'm gonna drag it the opposite direction. If I'm making a sale, I want price to go down. Therefore, my stop loss is the opposite. And so we're looking for 10 pips. So I'm putting stop loss at 20, which is just 200 pips. So you see here, it'll say 200 pips, but it's really 20.0. So 200 pips, which is really 20.0. All right, and that's it. That's how you set your take profit and your stop loss. All right, that's how you set it. All right. Someone said we had a good fib setup. All right, we got a good fib setup. Let's go take a look at the fib setup on the EA trade. So we got a good fib setup, huh? So we're in a downtrend, which means what? When we're in a downtrend, we set our fibs from high to low, all right? From top to bottom, because we're in a downtrend. And since we're in a downtrend, we want, and again, from a fib standpoint, we want a fibs off a retracement. So if the trend is down, we're looking for price to come down. We're looking for price to then turn around, retrace to a certain fib level, give us a rejection, and then do what? Oops. And then we want it to do what? Then we want it to continue in the overall trend that we're in. All right. So we're looking for this retrace. So we take our fib level, start at the top of the wick, come down to the lowest point before it retraced. You see, we got multiple rejections. Look at that. A little mini hammer with the engulfing candle right off the 38. Easy money. Easy money. This trade should look to go at least back to the zero line, which would be $40 pips. All right. I'm just taking it for 10. 20 is about halfway there. So we'll see what happens. That's a good setup right there. See, price came down. Price came back. You got a fib rejection here. So you could have been in here off the 38. And you can get another rejection right here off this one and this one. It's a doji right there. Multiple rejections off the 38. So by the time we took this trade, we took it based on the fractal high, but it also matches up with the what? With the zones. And for somebody who asked me to add Fibonacci into the system, well, look at it. We just drew Fibonacci, and guess what? Look at these retracement levels. It matches up with the zone. We drew the fib, and the retracement matches up with the zones, like I was explaining to you guys. Fibonacci even respects AIRO. Sir, yes, sir. All right. Minus 3 pips right now. We're gonna let it play out. Looking for 10. Looking for 10 pips. I'm already up 9.4%. This will easily give us over 10% for the night. And hey, we just do it all over again tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll also be trading the FTMO account. And I'm looking for 10% growth on FTMO. So I'll talk more about FTMO with you guys with the free trial about how it all works. And we're at break even right now with EUR AUD. Looking for 10 to 20 pip range. I'm looking for 10 pips. Some people want to call looking for 20. Some might take it for the whole 40. Euro GBP still falling. Euro JPY falling. Euro NZD falling. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Euro AUD, we are 1 pip, 2 pip in profit now. Let's get it. Let's get it. Multiple ways, guys. So as you guys learn the strategies, work hard to master them, because the more strategies you know and can utilize, the more opportunity you can catch trades. So I didn't even look at this strategy. This is strategy number 8 with the Fibonacci. We took this based off of what? The strategy that Jackie's talked about on New York session, which is the and she's probably gonna kill me because I told everybody not to even talk about this strategy until it was approved. And now I'm trading with the strategy. So she's probably gonna be mad at me. I'll probably hear it from her tomorrow. Don't nobody say nothing to Jackie. Please don't say nothing. But what was I gonna say? But the more strategy you know, the more opportunity you have, because they're gonna be different setups. So many different setups, like right here. The bag entry came 50 pips later. You could have got in and caught your 50 pips before you got to the bag entry. So the more you know about trading, even whether it be the strategies that I teach or strategies that you know from other groups you may have been a part of, or strategy you may have created that works very well within the AIRO software. Use them. The software, again, guys, is not there for you guys to have to trade the rules. The strategies that we trade, we trade them on these live sessions. They work. And, for those who've been on the New York, the London session, we win more than we lose significantly. And so they work. But there are other strategies that work as well. You just got to know how to work with them. All right. And typically AIRO helps to make those strategies better, because the software just helps you to identify the overall trend, when to get in, when not to get in, because of the zones. That way, you're not taking trades into a support zone, into a resistance zone, things of that nature. So let's see here. It's 3 a.m. my time. Let's check on the notification. Bitcoin sale. Oh, see, Gavin was right, guys. Don't take that trade. Now Bitcoin giving us a sale when we're looking for that buy. Look at that. Ugly. All right. All right, guys. So real recap here. We took 2 positions on. Well, you guys took 1 position, because by the time I got into that second position on GBP NZD, we were on a call. I took the first position before the call. We hit TP on that one. We also hit TP on the Asia session breakout for GBP AUD. So both GBP AUD and GBP NZD, we TP'd based off of strategy number 3. GBP USD, we TP'd based off of strategy number 1. And now we are in a EUR AUD sale based off of a strategy that's not out yet. We'll see if I can put it out. We'll see how it goes. And so we're down 2 pips right about now. In 14 minutes, we will come back on the call. So go ahead, use this time to use the restroom, get something to drink, get a refill, get something to eat. We'll come back for the last 45 minutes. I'm gonna take this time to answer questions. for everybody. And in the meantime, I'll play some music. We'll vibe out. We'll be back. All right, guys, I had to come back real quick. I don't know what just happened. Did somebody see the news? What's going on, guys? GER 30 just We got a huge spike up and then a spike back down. So we got a bag entry. You can see SPX is doing the same thing with crazy moves. Anybody saw any news come out? We're plus 4 pips on that EUR AUD trade. Plus 4 pips. And counting, I'm tempted to jump in this GER 30 trade. I'm tempted to get into it. But yeah, I'm tempted to get into it. Oh, I want to get in. But
don't chase trades.
Yeah, be disciplined, man. That's 187 pips to the next zone from the entry where we've been at. This is why you guys don't trade. You know, you make sure you use proper risk management on indices. The retrace on that bad boy was 215 pips. All right. So when you trade indices, you need to use proper risk management for your account size and understand how these things trade. All right. I ain't touching it though. I ain't touching it. It correlates a lot with SPX. SPX got a zone there, so 2 zones. So I ain't touching it. Shout out to Calvin the GOAT for telling us not to get into that Bitcoin trade. You see here, we've been down. Everything's still moving good. Come on, year-eyed, drop. Everything's still dropping. So plus 3 pips, plus 4 pips, almost halfway to that goal, 10 pips, baby. Almost halfway there. I love hitting TP, don't you guys? So we got 7 more minutes. All right, guys, I'm back 3 minutes early. I'm not going back away again. Came back because we're up on we're up plus 9. About to hit that plus 10, baby. About to hit that plus 10. So as soon as we hit that plus 10, I'm out. Told you I'm just going for the quick little 10. It'll probably drop more, but I'm just going for the quick 10. So some of you guys may have heard some popping. I'll show you guys what I was doing. Man. Calvin, man, hey, shout out to Calvin. Calvin the GOAT for this trade. He tried to talk me out of it. I couldn't do it. Come on, let me get my 10 pips. Quit playing with him. So everybody that was watching, I saw some people say they jump into it. I traded price action on this trade here. So what's price action? I actually took the GER 30 trade. I actually double dipped on it. I caught about 97 pips on it. Just due to the price action. So the price action, you had the huge run up, which we had the AIRO, right? The next candle that came out had a long wick, which is telling that price is heading back up, and you had what? You had another AIRO. So I got in on that next AIRO, and I just took it back. I got in down here, took it back up to where the original entry would have been. I got out. Caught about 97 pips on 2 positions. Hence the reason why you guys can see here that the account now, I'm up almost 17% now. We were just up what? We were just up 9.4. Now we're up about 17%. So made 7.6% on that trade. Not a trade I'd call out, so that's why I didn't call it out. Calvin was right, don't take trades. I was willing to take the risk, but I also was trading on price action, which is not really a strategy. You just have to really understand price action. It is I just explained to you, at least the price action I saw there. Price action with the confluence of the candle, the arrows as well. So it's a skill set you have to acquire over time, but price action is understanding the movement of candles, formations, like this trade right here. This one is a little bit more controlled, but this trade right here, the fractal high with the engulfing candlestick pattern. You know, we were up 8 pips, looking to close out at 10, but Got a little pullback right now. Those of you who took that BTC buy, rest in peace to the buyers because it's still selling. But we're halfway to our goal on EURAUD. Looking for 10. Looking for 10. All right, looking for 10 pips. All right. Let me jump out of here. Might be a 20% night. Might be a 20% night. Somebody said they got in 4 times on a GER 30. Somebody said they're not going to lie. They hit a quick 30 pips on GER 30. Nate just dropped the whole account on that. Some of y'all knew what I was doing. You went in, didn't you, GER 30? Yeah, I did. I'm sorry, guys. Somebody heard all the clicking. Pop, pop, all the pops means I was putting trades in and setting my take profit and stop loss. So we'll monitor that EURAUD trade plus 3 pips right now. Let me answer some more of these questions here. I'm trying to practice discipline. Y'all killing me. That's why I didn't take what you guys on the call. You know, I'll tell you about it after the fact, but I didn't call that one so that you can continue to practice discipline.
And they had the red cup tonight, so he wasn't disciplined.
Hey, let's go back and take a look. EURAUD plus 3, just chilling right there. Plus 2, plus 3. We're looking for that plus 10. It's gonna be tough to get down there. You see all this right here? All right, we actually may hold this trade. I'll let you guys know what I'm doing after the call. I mean, I'm up after that GR trade. I may cut out early, but got this 10 pips here. This 20 pips is here, but 10 pips is the top of this area right here. All right, which not a lot of there's a lot of resistance and support in this area. So we should get 10 pips easy. Maybe a rough time. Let me see here. We might get a push. Let me look real quick. I forgot. We may need to get out early as well. So we have 1 hour and 42 minutes until orange folder Euro news. We got 3 orange folder Euro news in 1 hour and 42 minutes. So keep that in mind. We're plus 6 pips now. 4 more pips and we out of this bad boy. But yeah, Calvin, man, I couldn't let that one go. I couldn't let that go, man. I had to go get that. Take it right back to
just like Michael Jordan went to go play baseball. It was a toss-up. Not at the end of the day. But you won. You came out and you won.
It was a toss-up. You're right. It was a toss-up for him in baseball, but when he came back to this, the sport he loved, man, he came back and dominated. Got their 3 more rings. Not everybody can three-peat once, let alone three-peat twice with the same team. Not having to switch teams, like some people. I'm just saying. We're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, all good. That's why you call Nate got the bag. You got the bag tonight.
Hey, you gotta take it, man. You gotta get it when you can.
No, you went in the back room and got the bag. You was like, I'm gonna be back. Went in the back room, got the bag real quick. Duffel.
Not going. I didn't want to steal the bad habits on the group. Even though while I was taking the trade, I saw the chat room blowing up with people saying I'm getting in. So they're getting in. I gave everybody a hint. So I mean, it wasn't like it was just hidden. Come on, man, give me my 10 picks, man, so I can get out. We ain't got all day.
But that's the power of these calls that everybody needs to know when you're on it. Like, it's just keeping it real. Like, at the end of the day, take trades that you could, only use money you can afford to lose. And you have your own risk factors on what you want to risk. So at the end of the day, you took your risk based off of, like you said, your analysis, and everybody can't just go off of our analysis. They only could just compare analysis and see if it makes sense for them. So when you on these calls, don't just take a trade just because somebody like Nathan or myself call a trade. Ask questions like why, and then come up with your own process of analysis too as well. Put it together and you come up with your decision and you create your risk management.
What are the best indicators to use with AIRO? AIRO, you don't need any of the indicators. AIRO has so much behind the scenes you just don't know. But I really couldn't tell you. I mean, I've seen people use RSI, I've seen people use MACD, I've seen people use other moving averages. It really depends on what you are comfortable with, what helps you. If you find something that helps you to become more successful trading with AIRO, use that. So it really depends on what you're using and how you use it. It really doesn't matter. There's some people that are successful with it. I have seen people with account sizes they've grown from 3 figures to 4 figures, 3 figures to 5 figures. I've seen somebody make 6 figures using just strategy number 1. So the strategies work by themselves. All right? You don't need anything else. But if you want to use something else, then you can do that. I just, if it makes you feel better and more confident in your trade, hey, do so. Again, I'm not a dictator. AIRO is a tool. There are strategies to help those that are beginners at least get a good running start on trading Forex. And then as they learn more about trading and they develop, a better understanding, they may add certain things to it. They may not. Again, there are very many successful people that use only AIRO. There are some who add to it. There are some who don't use any of the strategies at all. They just use AIRO as a guide because it helps them. It helps them with their strategies. It helps keep them on the right side of their strategies to help their strategies that they have been using for a while, become more accurate. So it's up to you, on that aspect. It's up to you. +3 on that trade we're in right now. Someone asked me, what pairs do I trade on the H1 time frame? I don't really trade the H1 very much, but I'll tell you my favorite pairs to trade. Actually, I show them to you guys all the time. So let me go back in here and show you. These are my favorite pairs, and these are probably the only trades I will take on my FTMO account. GBP JPY, GBP USD, GBP AUD, GBP NZD. If you notice, we don't take many trades on the CAD or the Chef. So the top 4 GBP pairs, gold, S&P 500. That's it. Those are the 6 pairs that I will be concentrating on and only taking on with my FTMO because those are the ones I'm most confident in. Those are the ones I have the most success in. All right. Shout out to anybody who stayed in that GBP AUD trade. Golly, it shot up there. GU, we got our 10. It came back down. But GI went all the way. I lowered my lot size because we had, hold on, was that GN? No, GN I lowered it in. I'm sorry, because we had double entries. GI, we caught it 20 pips. Shout out to anybody that stayed in there longer, though. You got more than 20. GU, we got our 10 and got out. Hit that 10 and reversed on us. Let's see, where did we got in here? Ran up about 14 pips and then reversed. So it's been a good night so far, guys. It's been a good night. Been a good night. Been a real good night. EURAUD playing. All the other euros you see pulling back a little bit. So EURAUD, we're up 1 pip right now. We'll see how it goes. It's running into a lot of traffic right here. SPX 500 for the sell. Sell right into the zone. Not touching that. EURAUD. We'll sit in there for a second. Up 2. I probably will end up cutting out. We got 35 minutes left on the call. If we can get back to that +5, +6 range, to sit on top of this zone right here. And the reason why, look at this, guys. When price got to this range, it just ranged back and forth. So this right here, this ranging here, let's clear up this chart real quick so I can show it to you guys. This ranging right here. All right, this ranging, this is what market makers do. They put price into a ranging, and all they're doing is they're collecting contracts on both sides. So based on certain formations, people will maybe say, oh, it's about to break down to the downside. Or certain formations, oh, it's about to break to the upside. And so they're just collecting contracts right here. That's why we stay out of that, because this is a 50-50. You never know how it's going to break out. We don't know if it's going to break up or break down. You just never know. Like it looked like it tried to break down here. It ran up, broke up. Now it looks like it's trying to come back down. So you just never know when it's ranging like this. All right, the overall trend is down. All right. We took this trade based on the fractal. All right, strategy, and we'll see. So like I said, when price gets back down in this area, it should be, that's about 10 pips right here. We're looking to get out. So looking for a quick little 10. I might get out around 5 or 6 where it was at before, because it just kept playing right here. It was bouncing off this area right here. So that just may be me. And the reason I'm looking to get out, we were, not even counting the GER trade, we were up 9.4%. Like I said, I was looking for 8%, and I like 8%. That's a nice, good round number, low risk, and guess what? 8%, I show you how that compounds. You compound that, it's a good day. It's a good month. But I want to get you guys in the habit of set yourself a goal, hit the goal, step away from the chart. I should have stepped away from the chart. I should not have taken this trade because we were up 9.4% even before I took this trade. I shouldn't have even took the GER trade, GER 30, when you guys weren't looking, because I was already up 9.4%. All right. So I'm being a bad example, but I wanted you guys, to see that, hey, set your goal for the day, make it reasonable, hit it, come back and do it again the next day. All right. The goal is longevity with Forex. The longer, like I can tell you my goal with FTMO. My goal with FTMO is to 10% a month. So with FTMO, when I get approved for the funding, even with this trial, I have to hit 10. I have 30 days to hit 10%, and I can't 10% growth. I can't have more than 5% loss in a day, and I can't have more than 10% loss in the full 30 days. And the loss is closed trades in the loss, also drawdown. So FTMO forces you to use proper risk management because you can't even have huge drawdown as well. And so, but my goal is once I get funded, my goal is just 10%. All I want to do is make 10% a month. That's it. And my goal I'll focus on is making, 0.5% to 1% a night. So on a $100,000 account, I'm looking to make $500 to $1,000. That's it. Do that. We trade London session 3 nights a week, 4 weeks in a month. That's 12 sessions. Depending on how the sessions are going, I may have to trade another couple extra days to get my full 10% on the FTMO account. But that's it. That's my goal, 10%. Because 10% gives me $10,000 profit on a $100,000 account without having to risk and be on the account all the time. I don't want to have to trade every day. I don't have to take unnecessary risks to reach goals. And at 10%, I get to keep 70%. So that's $7,000. Then guess what? I use part of that $7,000 to do another trial, another challenge. And I do it over and over again. It should take me about 6 months. I calculated I should have 4 $100,000 FTMO accounts, which I then will have FTMO combine them for me into one account, which is $400,000. And then I'm going to be doing the same thing. I want 10%, because guess what? 10% of 400,000 is 40 grand. I get to keep 70% of that. 70% of 40 grand is $28,000. It's not bad. Just a simple 10%. Only thing I'm going to change is what lot size I use. So I think right now in a 100K account, I'm going to be using a 2 standard lot or a 3 standard lot, depending on the setup. If it's a perfect setup, we use a 3. If it's a setup that doesn't have as many confirmations that I like, but it's not as strong, I'll use a 2 standard lot. And that's it. I'll use a 2 or 3. I might occasionally throw a 5 lot on there. We'll see. That'll be later on once I build some cushion up. Because once I've built, let's say I get my account from 100 grand to 105 grand, and we're halfway to the goal, I can start to use bigger lot sizes, because if I start to lose the trades, I have the cushion that won't hurt my loss. All right, my daily loss or my monthly loss. All right, and using those bigger lot sizes will help me to achieve my goal of 10% in less trades. So the whole goal is to trade less. Find you a strategy that works. Make your goal, set a goal, hit that goal so that you don't have to do what? You don't have to keep trading. Being on the charts is fun, but you want to be able to, master a strategy, go use that strategy, take perfect trades, be disciplined, take perfect setups, which was increase your probability, make your money, and then be done. You reach your goal in 2 weeks, don't trade for the rest of the month. If you get the itch to trade demo. But the goal is, hey, go enjoy the money you made. Take that money, cash it out, reinvest it, whatever, but then take the rest of the month off, go enjoy the family, use the money, go enjoy, you're gonna go on vacation, whatever the case may be. Don't give it back. It's like the casino. The casino will always do what? It will always give you an incentive to stay. You win big on a jackpot, there's, as you walk through, you see other people win big on the jackpot. So you think you can win again, and you go take some of that money and go play with it. You win a big jackpot, that pit boss comes to you and says, what? Hey, I got a free room for you to stay in. They give you a free room. You go upstairs, real nice, plush, get room service. They send room service on purpose. You kick your feet up. You're looking at all that money sitting there because you haven't had a chance to put it in the bank yet. And then you get what? You get the itch to go right back downstairs to the casino, play a little bit more, just to have a little fun. Oh, I'll take a little money down there. All right. And you mess around and give it back. I know a lady who won $167,000. All right. It hurts me to tell the story. She won $167,000. She cashed the money out. They didn't even take taxes out. She got the whole $167,000 in cash right then and there. She was there the next day with the same clothes on. She gave it all the way back. Not only did she lose once, she lost twice because she didn't pay taxes on that $167,000. She gave the whole $167,000 back, which means now she had to pay taxes and find the taxes to pay for the $167,000. Practice proper risk management. Be disciplined. Get in, get out, stay out. All right. We got 27 minutes. Let me try to answer some more questions here real quick, guys. ACAD for the sale. I'm not looking at ACAD because it's not a New York session pair. I mean, it's not a London session. We're not gonna look at that. All right, guys, people asking about where they can get the dashboard. The dashboard will be released shortly. All right, it would have been released this past weekend, but I had, the educators found a couple of little flaws in it. And so I am tweaking those so that so that we can, make sure that you guys have a good product to utilize. I want to make sure you have a good product to utilize. I don't want to just give you guys crap just to say I put it out. I want to make sure you guys have you have a good product. All right. We are back in profit now. We're up 1 pip now in EUR AUD. So finally back up on that. Back on that 1 pip. Somebody asking about EUR USD. Negative. Negative, Ghost Rider. Negative. Plus 2 pips on EUR AUD right now. All right, somebody asked me how to add the buy and sell buttons. So let's go back to the chart. To add the buy and sell buttons, these right here in the top left-hand corner. All right, you want to right click on the black of the screen and select one click trading. So you see that turns it off and it turns it back on, one click trading. All right. Now, when you first time using it, you hit it, it's going to pop up a little diagram box. And you're going to have to select OK or I understand. And then select OK and then reselect your sell or buy. But yep, that's how you find it. Just right click on the black of the screen, select one click trading. Plus 2 pips right now on the ERAUD trade. What's the ADR for a year out? That's a good question. Let's go look at it. Let's go look at it. Let's go. We have to go add it, I guess. Shouldn't be too high for the day because it hasn't moved many pips today. EURAUD. ADR for a year ad is 42 out of 86. So about 50% of the way there. It's not bad. Not bad at all. We're just looking for a little funky 10 pips. Just need a little funky 10. Down 1 right now. Playing with us. Strategy 9 on your ad. G-Chef on H1. Yeah, we're not going to look at G-Chef right now. See the pips are wrong. Well, I guess we can look at it real quick. We already have it up. G-Chef. G-Chef breaking the zone. G-Chef on H1. Definitely buy. So if you're on it, if you got into that bag entry on the G-Chef and on the H1, you eating, you cooking. You had drawdown of about 7 pips. You should be up about 13 pips right now. H1, you're looking for 50 pips, which is about right here. Right here. A lot of, if you look left, got a lot of wicks at this level where you're at right now. So could see a reverse. Could see a reversal. So that's a minor level of resistance right here. Minor level. But again, the H1, and the higher the time frame you go, they get stronger and stronger. Man, what in the world is that? You guys see it? I know y'all see it. Or y'all saw it. That was strange. That was real strange. M15, zone broke. Moving real good. Moving real good. GR30 coming back. Okay. You're right. Come on, baby. Give us my 10. Get off this card. I want to be out of this trade. I want to be out of the trade. I'll let you guys know what I'm doing with this trade before we got the call. So we went over, guys, how to change the charts. I showed you guys the time converter and everything. So we already went over that. How many markets do I trade? Forex pairs, precious metals, indices, crypto, I don't really trade energies much, which is oil, but those four mainly. SPX 500. I'm not looking to take that. You know, if you're going to trade SPX 500, all right, man. Hey, thanks for jumping on the call tonight. If you're going to look to trade SPX 500, I'll be looking for like a New York session trade. G Chef on H1 was a good entry, guys. Shout out to who was it on here? Yes, there is a $200,000 option with FTMO. So they now allow you to go. It's a lot more money, but they now allow you to apply for that. Shout out to, I hope I don't mess your name up, Chani or Shani. Started a 200K account today. Nice. Andreas, my cruising at G Chef H1 trade. Hey, shout out to you guys. Hey, those H1s, they hit different. I can tell you that right now. Those H1s, they be hitting. They hit. Your eye were down a little bit. It's starting to frustrate me. You guys know me. I don't have no patience. That G Chef H1 trade, nice entry there. Those H1 trades hit different. They hit different. They hit different. I mean, you can see them hit quite often. Quite often. You guys don't believe me? Let's go take a look at it. Less zones on H1. Like GJ's go H1. Beautiful trade. Trend up. All right, got an uptrend. You know, we zoom all the way out. You can see significant uptrend. Pound pair has been on uptrend for the longest. Price came down, bounced off of the zone. And the 200 came back above. Bag entry. Right here. Your stop loss would have been below the low, the previous low. You see it only came down 15 pips. Stop losses is sitting at 26 pips. And it ran up 39. Now you want to take this trade. If you took it, you wouldn't have took it for 50 pips. So 50 pips is the desired take profit. But it ran up 39 pips. All right. GUH1. Not really. That G Chef came with another AIRO. It's the second bag entry. Bounce AIRO go. The second bag entry. All right. Nice little move there. But yeah, those H1s, when they set up, they hit different. They hit different. GN. Look at those. Let's see here. Overall trend on GN H1. Uptrend. Uptrend. Bounce. AIRO. This entry right here ran up 76 pips. 76 pips. You hold them a little longer, but you tend to catch some nice pips out of it. Nice pips out of it. All right. If you want to look at, like if you're not a trader that has a lot of time, you may look at having your charts on the H1 and look for those H1 trades, because you can take those, periodically here and there. You get less signals, but you take those trades, you can hold a little longer and you go catch those longer trades. They take a little longer, but helps you make up. You cut your your lot size in half, or depending on your stop loss, and you can catch some nice little runs on H1, H4, and make up for. Not instead of catching these little small 20 pip runs, you might go catch a 100 pip run. It all adds up, guys. All depends on what you're going to do. 10 strategies out right now because there are different traders with different mindsets or different habits, different risk tolerances, different personalities. All right. Some of you guys might love the bag strategy. And then there's some that might love Fibonacci. And there's some that may love the Asian breakout. You know, I know a guy, him and his team, they only concentrate on Asian breakout. And they were doing it on a 30-minute chart. And they were winning over 80% of the time. And you know, doing very well. You know, I've seen their accounts. They sent me the MyFX book link and they were up, you know, 100, 200% for the month. So it all depends on what you like. You know, I always tell everybody, for example, you know, pick 2 strategies. If you're a beginner, pick 2, master 2. If I were you, you'd like to trade London session, I would trade strategy number 1 and strategy number 3. If you are trading New York session, I would look to trade strategy number 1, strategy number 6, which is the counter trend strategy, which is also like bag, is just counter trend at a certain time frame. So, you know, those are the 2 that I look at in New York. Can't go wrong with bag. Bag, you can't go wrong with. Can't go wrong with it. For me, I know all of them, so it makes it easy for me to do what? It makes it easy for me to apply multiple strategies during different times. You know, there's some nights it's just been wacky crazy. Not enough movement, and so we go use a different strategy. We go use something else to try to find the catch pips. So the more strategies you know and learn, the easier it is to apply one to the chart so that you can do what? So that you can catch these pips. That's what it's about, catching pips. Someone asked, how do you manually calculate the ADR? So all the ADR is simply this. You know, you go back to the chart. All the ADR is every day they are counting from wick, the lowest wick of the day, the lowest point to the highest point. That's it. That's all they're counting. The pips. So for example, on EURAUD, if the day, a new day started on the next candle, the current ADR would be a total of 41 pips for the day. 41 pips. All right. That's from here to here, it's 41 pips. That's the most it's moved for the day. That's all it's calculating is how many pips price moved for the day. And then let's say you do your ADR for 10 days. All right. You take the average daily range of pip movement per day, add it all up for 10 days, and then divide by 10. So if you have 41 and 42 and 43, and you add it all up, and it equals 470 pips over 10 days. 470 divided by 10 is what? 47. Right? That's 47 pips. So now your average daily range is 47 pips. So all they're doing, that's all they're doing when you calculate the ADR. That's how you manually calculate the ADR. All right. Somebody asked, I'm not sure what that means. When's the best time to trade New York session? I would say from New York session open until lunchtime. So if you're trading inside the money zone, you're good. Yes, guys, we still are in EA. We're down 13 pips right now. And I'm mad because I was waiting for stop loss to get to, I was waiting for the price to get to what? I was waiting for it to get to 8 pips. Because 8 pips would have been 80%. So like 7.5 pips would have been 75% to my 10 pip take profit. And then I would have put my stop loss into profit. It only hit 6 pips. So if we get stopped out, I feel good about it. I'm still sticking this trade. My stop loss is at 20 pips. If you look left, we got a lot of noise right here. So we're in a downtrend. All right. This is why you practice proper risk management. GBP NZD, we won. GBP AUD, we won. GBP USD, we won. If we lose EUR AUD, that's fine. We won 3. So we won 3, lost 1. In my case, I won 4 because I took the GER 30 trade. So those who took it, scalped some quick pips. You're up. So if you lose all your money from this one loss, you are not being consistent. You are not using proper risk management. You cannot use a 0.01 lot size on the first 3 trades and be like, man, Nate's on fire. Every trade he calls is let me go ahead and use a 0.5 now. Doesn't add up. Got to stay consistent with your lot sizes. All right. What I always say is stay consistent with your lot sizes while you're trading for the day. And then once you're done, if the next day you reach another level where now you're, the ratio of the 0.01 lot size for every $100, now that you have that, you can actually up your lot size. Now do what? Now you can trade with a what? You can trade with a higher lot size, but stay consistent for the day. Make your adjustment the next day. Try not to adjust your lot sizes during the session you're trading. So if I'm trading for the day, I'm not going to look to trade, change my lot sizes. Like for me, a 0.01 for every 100 means that for my $1,000 account, I should be using a 0.1. All right. I'm a more advanced trader. And therefore I'm using a 0.25, which based on the ratio, I shouldn't be using it to 2,500. But again, that's just it's not a must. There's not a rule to that. That's just a suggestion of what you guys should do. Because if you use a 0.01 lot size for every $100, it's going to take you 1,000 pips. You're going to have to lose 1,000 straight pips before you lose all your money. All right. Look like we may lose this trade here, which is fine. I hate losing, but we're up right now for the day. And so we've used the same lot size in every trade. And so tomorrow we'll come back and we'll use the same lot size. I probably will adjust my lot size once I get to about, I don't know, probably about $1,250. Might use a 0.3. We'll see. We'll see. I like 0.25. I may stick with it. It adds up. As you can see here, we're up 16.7%. All right, down about $28. But if we lost $29, if we lost this trade, if we lose it, we'll lose $38. So that means we'll be down to $1,129, which means we'd still be up 12.9%. What was the goal? The goal, 8%. We're still up. You're not going to win every trade. So it's a good fractal setup. There was no Euro news. Anybody seen the Euro news on the I don't see none on my Facebook. Just green folder news. Let me see if something just came out. Yeah, something just came out, but why it just turned around on us like that? I hate when it happens. So Fractal, negative ghostwriter. I don't know about using that one. We'll see. Let's see what happens that I had a 40 pip stop loss in it. I'm not going to change it, but yeah, we'll leave it alone. Leave it right at 20 pips. Part of the game, guys. Win some, you lose some. Minus 19 pips. And either you're gonna stop us out or you're not. What you gonna do? Take us out of our misery. Got 3 minutes left on the call. Someone wants to know how to configure AIRO to alert on all time frames on a currency pair. You have to open up all those charts you want to get alerted on all those time frames as of right now until the dashboard comes out. Someone asked, how do you know how many trades you can enter based on proper risk management? All depends on how many, how much you're willing to lose for the day. If you say, hey, I don't want to lose no more than 5%, then you know exactly how much 5% is. Take 5% of whatever your account size is, and that tells you how many trades you can take or how many losses you can take. All right. The counter trend strategy, no. All right, guys, we got to stop out on EUR-AUD. So we got to stop out on EUR-AUD. I am officially not a believer in that fractal high strategy. Maybe something I did wrong. I don't know. We'll have to go back and relook at that one.
Hey, that GCAT dropping. Let's see.
GCAT dropping. Let's go back and look.
Let's see. Whoever took that GCAT trade might be happy. Probably not right away, but it's definitely gonna be after this call.
Nice little drop. Yep, nice little drop. All G pairs come back down. Told you guys, once the majority of them hit that zone, we'll look for a nice little retrace. All right, all of them retracing. BTC crashing. Man, I guess the news, man, I hate that, man. The news came back up. We 3-1 for the night. Some more, some may have, some double dipped off of the GBP NZD trade. Some took GER 30, so not a bad night. We finished the night at 12.6%. So up, not a bad night. Look to do the same thing tomorrow night, 8% or more, and we just keep going from there, guys. Grow this account. You guys will see it live, and it's all about hey, continue to just be consistent. That's all I got, guys. It is 4 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're going to continue to trade tonight, make sure to use proper risk management. I'm not going to close the call out. I'm going to answer the rest of these questions in the Q&A for everybody to make sure everybody gets their their questions answered. But for everybody else, hey, we'll see you guys in the funny papers.